Alright, what's up, my Maverick Hunters? It's me, Mega62. And you're like, what the heck is going on? This is a new type of video. Yeah, it is. Because today I woke up and I realized how lucky I am to have one of these. And this is a console review. This is a gaming console review. And it's on my first handheld ever. One of my first consoles ever. And my favorite console ever. So, without further ado, let's get into it. As you can see right here, here's the charger I have for it. I mean, if you couldn't tell by this, you guys are missing out. You guys had no childhood. So anyway, without further ado, you guys are probably going to laugh of what color it is, but I don't care. It originally wasn't mine. I used to have a blue one, a red one, and a black one. I had all three of them. But I gave the black one to my uncle. I don't know what happened to the red one, and the blue one I lost. For sure, I know that one. So my good friend Chris, shout out to Chris, he gave me an offer, and I had the money, so I took it, because this is one of my favorite consoles of all time. It's in working condition, everything works. The shell is a little beat up, but don't worry about it. This thing is great. So without further ado, let me stop talking, let me show it. Bow, right here. The Game Boy Advance, it's pink. It was his sister's originally, but anyway, the pink Game Boy. This is the model. This is the AGS-101. This is the backlit model. The first Game Boy Advance was front lit, so it didn't have that bright. It wasn't that bright. But this one, man, this is the perfect Game Boy Advance. If you guys want to get one, get the AGS-101. It says it right here, the AGS-101, right there. So I mean, you guys can't see it, but whatever. Here we go. We got the two ports right here. We got the L and R buttons, L, R, charging port, and the link cable port. There we go. On the back, you got the little cartridge slot. Open this bad boy up. There you go. Boom. This, man, dude, I love this console. This is my favorite. And you got the D-pad. You got the brightness button. You got the A and B buttons. Start select. So normal Nintendo. You even got the Game Boy Advance SP sign. You guys can see all my room that's going on right now, but whatever. So yeah. Wow, double paradox. So yeah, so there we got that. I honestly love this console. This is my favorite of all time. My dad got it for me. He got the blue one for me. This is the one I bought, but my dad got a blue one for me, and man, it was so cool because the first game I had on it was Sonic Advance 3, which I sadly don't have now, but hopefully I do get it one day. But I had Sonic Advance 3 on it, and then later, I think like another 2 or 3 weeks later, he got me the greatest game of all time, I think. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. But my favorite Mario game, nonetheless. I'll show that off. I'm going to show off my Game Boy collection as well. So yeah, this is the SP, and they came out with the Game Boy Advance. Nintendo put out the Game Boy Advance, but the Game Boy Advance, the original, had to have batteries. This is rechargeable. That's why I have this cable over here, the box, the little cable, to recharge it. So yeah, the original one wasn't flipped. This is easier to travel with because it's just, you close it, boop. And yeah, so I mean, if you guys could see, I don't know if you can, but there's I'm showing it the wrong way. I don't know if you guys could see because the light's not all that good, but the label's a little scratched on, but this is all scratched up. Nonetheless, it still works fine. I mean, still works just fine. I don't have a game in it, obviously, but it still works. Working condition. It's great, actually. All the buttons are fine. It's just the shell. So I'm probably going to either buy a new housing shell, a blue one like I used to have a little more nostalgia with it, or I might just get a vinyl sticker protector. I've been looking at this Mega Man one. That's kind of cool, too. But I need something because I don't want to show it off. It's not the pink. It's more the shell. It's not that great. So anyway, I can really care less because it's the AGS-101. It's the best one. So anyway, and if you guys see this little cable back here, this is actually a headphone jack cable because the original Game Boy Advance had a headphone jack, but the SP didn't. So what Nintendo did and what third-party companies did, this is a third-party one, they added a headphone jack because the stereo of the speaker on here is not that great. It's really low. So if you guys want to go on the go or you're on an airplane or waiting for your bus, yeah, you guys could buy one of these. Not too expensive, really. The highest they go for is like $5 really on Amazon. I bought this for $1 and then the shipping was $3. So really I got it for $5. What you do is you plug it into the charging port, like so, and then you just plug your headphones in there, standard 3.5 millimeter, and then what you want to do is you just boop, take it out. So I have this for when I'm on the go. Really, when I go to my dad's house or my grandma's, I usually take, dude, I take this Game Boy wherever the hell I go. So anyway, enough about that. So yeah, I remember going to Walmart. My dad took me to Walmart to get this. Well, not this exact Game Boy, but my first Game Boy. He took me, and my first exposure to the Game Boy family was not the Game Boy Advance. Actually, it was the Game Boy Color. My aunt had a green Game Boy Color. She let me keep it after I started playing with it every damn chance I got. She let me keep it, and and I don't know what happened to it, but I kept one of the games on there. It was WWE WrestleMania 2000. 2000 was a good game. I want to get that game for sentimental value again. But yeah. Then my dad took me to Walmart. He was like, he didn't tell me what we were doing. He bought it, and I didn't even know it was mine until we got home. Then he tried to turn it on. Obviously, back then, the consoles didn't come pre-charged. Handhelds didn't come pre-charged. They didn't come with no half battery. They came with no battery. So we plugged it in. And he said, let it charge for a little bit. And I said, okay, not knowing it was mine. And then when I found out it was mine, he popped in the Sonic game and he gave it to me. And he's like, this is yours. So I got to play it. I played it all night. I think he literally had, I'm not too sure about this. If he watches this video, he'll probably comment it. But I think he had to take it away from me that night because I didn't stop playing with it. If I remember correctly, I literally played it as much as I could. And I think he ended up taking it away from me like, dude, you gotta go to bed soon. So anyway, there we go. I'll leave it open. Why not? So yeah, that's my Game Boy. Love it to death. So I'm gonna turn over and start grabbing because I have my Game Boy games in trading card sleeves, which is a good storage for them as well. But I'm gonna start off with my 2 original Game Boy games. Here's the first one: Super Mario Land for the Game Boy, the original black and white Game Boy. Great game. I beat this game literally my first time playing through it in 30 minutes. Not that long. Not too expensive either. A classic. So if you do want it, definitely get it. They made a lot of those, so they're not expensive at all. This is the second Super Mario Land, and this is 6 golden coins. And this is the first debut of Wario, so yeah. He's in here. Not too expensive as well. They made a lot of these. I bought this for $10. This was a little pricey because it came with the label intact. If you're not a Game Boy freak like I am, you really don't care about the label. You care about the game. But I like my labels, and I like the cart to be in good condition as well. So all right, those are my 2 Game Boy games. Sadly, I have no Game Boy Color games yet, and I do plan on getting more Game Boy games. So let's move on to my Advance, and here we go. First game, Rayman 3. My dad bought this for me when we were on a trip to my aunt that lived in pretty far away from us, and we bought it over there at I think a GameStop over there or Walmart or something like that. We bought it over there, and I played it all the way home. So this is a good game. I literally beat it like 3-4 weeks ago because this game had me stuck, but I finally beat it, and yeah, thank God, because I really wanted to get past this game. Game I bought a few weeks ago. A hidden gem I saw on Metal Jesus Rock's channel. Lady Sia. This game is actually pretty good. I'm not done with it yet. I got another world to go. Not too bad. I looked on Amazon. This game goes pretty pricey, but for $5, I had to take it. So there we go. Put those 2 games back. Now here we get into the meat of my collection. I don't have all these games yet. I'm missing one. So Super Mario Advance 1, Super Mario Bros. 2. This is the first Super Mario Advance they made. Label is great, by the way. No wear on the label, so I'm really happy about that. And this guy came with the manual, and so did Rayman 3. Rayman 3 actually came with the box and the manual, and the cart is in good condition as well. And this came with just the manual, but I was happy about that. So, yeah. All right, there we go. This game is not too beat up, but it did go through some harsh times, so I'm trying to give it a nice life. Super Mario Advance 2, Super Mario World. Another great game. Probably, honestly, my second favorite Mario game of all time. So let me put those back. Just like so. And here we go. I'm missing Super Mario Advance 3, Yoshi's Island. So I plan on getting that soon. And this game is in great condition as well. I'm glad it's in great condition because this was my second Game Boy game. And honestly, it's my favorite game of all time. I used to play this with my mom and dad all the time. We got a chance to. My mom actually beat this game for me because I could. She loves this game to death. And I do as well. This is my favorite Mario game. If not, this game is my favorite game of all time, tied with Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario Advance 4. So this game, I love this game. This game is so great. So we got that. And then a game I beat about the same time as Rayman 3. A good puzzle game. Mario versus Donkey Kong. This game is really good. I like this game. Donkey Kong was kind of being a douchebag, wouldn't let me win the final boss battle. So I managed to beat him, though. So I'm okay with that. Okay, here we go. Try to pop these out. Yeah, this is going to take a while. Because there's the trading card sleeves are still relatively new. They're not beat up yet. So still kind of trying to get these games out as smoothly as possible. So here we go. This is one of my first Game Boy games I bought with this Game Boy in the back. I bought this for $7 with the charger. My friend gave it to me, and then we went to the store and I bought 3 games. So none of those were my first games. So yeah, I'll point out the first games I got when we get to them. So this is one of the first games I got. Mario Land 4. Great game. It's a really weird game, but it's great nonetheless. This game was literally $1 when I went to go look for some games, and how could I pass up on it? One of the greatest video game characters of all time, if not everyone knows him. Pac-Man. And this comes with 4 Pac-Man games, and for $1, dude, come on. Can't pass up on no Pac-Man for $1. Crazy. I don't even know why they were selling this game for $1. Should have at least been... Nah, we'll leave it for $1. I'm not saying the game is worth $1, don't get me wrong. It's really good, but I mean, for $1, I'm not complaining. I'm actually glad I got it for $1, because if it was any more, I don't think I would have got it. My mom was like, man, if you're going to get it, just get it. When we went. So this was another game I went to go get when I went to go get Pac-Man Collection. This was the main game I was looking for during that time. Pokemon Leaf Green. The first, a remake of the first gen on the original Game Boy. I prefer this version because just the upgraded graphics and the more regions in it. So, yeah. And the cool cart color, too. It's just awesome. And then a game I got in January of this year, Pokemon Ruby. This cart is a little beat up. The sticker's a little beat up, but you can still tell it's still good. So there we go. First gen Pokemon games. Slide that back in the little sleeve. And for Game Boy games, if you're going to do the trading card sleeve method, Game Boy games, the original and the color, they only hold 1 per sleeve, and Game Boy Advance hold 2 per sleeve. So that's good. Alright, here's a game I literally got, I want to say, I don't even know, I want to say like 2-3 weeks ago. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Red Rescue Team. Good game. I'm still in the middle of it. I'm getting pretty far. I wouldn't say I'm 50% through. I might say like 40-45. So, good game. I'm a Cyndaquil in that game anyway. So, here's another game I got on a whim because I thought it was going to be good. And literally, I'm not even 1% through. I literally popped it in and I stopped playing. But I do plan on getting to this game sooner or later. I love the character. Don't get me wrong. It's not the character's fault. It's just the game's. It's not even the game's fault. It's just my fault, really. Spyro Season of Ice. Yeah, I gotta get on this game soon. I don't want none of my Game Boy games untreated and unbeaten. I want them all to be at least one playthrough completed, if not 100%. So here we go. Dragon Ball Z games. I actually didn't have this game when I had the original Game Boy. I had Boost Fury first, and I do plan on getting that game soon. But this game is the Cell Saga, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. How could I pass up on Dragon Ball Z games? It's an RPG. It's not a fighter. This is an RPG game. So yeah, great. You literally don't play as Goku because he wasn't in the Android Saga. With Goku, you literally fight Cell and that's it. But Piccolo, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, you play a lot of them in this game, so that's good. yeah, I don't plan on getting the original Legacy of Goku because that covers the um the Saiyan and Frieza saga, and the game wasn't that good. But this game, awesome. Recommend it if you guys could get it. We're coming to a close. I literally got 4 games after this game. This game I got not too long ago. I think I got this game with Lady Sia and another game that I gave to my uncle because he's been asking me for a while. Gunstar Superheroes. I gave that one to him. So um, this game I had when I had my original Game Boy, and nonetheless, this game was awesome. Me and my dad literally stood up the whole night trying to figure out how to do super attacks, but we found it out nonetheless. Um, Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors, great game. This is actually a fighting game on the Game Boy, and one of my favorite fighting games. Not because it's Dragon Ball Z, because it's actually really good on the Game Boy. So yeah, there we go. All right, my first page is done. I gotta flip pages now, and here we go. I literally got 4 more games, guys, and we are done with this video. This was one of the first games I got, and this is one of the first games I got with this Game Boy, and it's one of the first games I got for my original Game Boy, and that my dad just came home with it and was like, here, and I just played it for literally 5 months, I think, straight, and I didn't ask him for another game. Dragon Ball GT Transformation. I know I talk crap on Dragon Ball GT. It's still Dragon Ball. I love it. This is my least favorite Dragon Ball series. But this game, one of my favorite Dragon Ball games. It's a beat 'em up. You just go around with Goku, Trunks, and Pan, and just start beating up random opponents. It's really good. So you got that. This game I got when I had my original Game Boy. The thing is, back then I didn't have a collection of Game Boy games. I would have 2 at a time, then I would give them up. So after I beat this like 5 times, I gave this game up too. But I plan on keeping all these games and not selling them no more. Naruto Ninja Council 2. So this game was good. It's a beat 'em up just like Dragon Ball GT. You just go around with Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, just start beating dudes up. And this game ends at the fight after you fight. This game ends when you fight Gaara in his Jinchuriki form, the Tanuki. So yeah, there we go. That game was $7. Not too bad, because that game goes on a lot for Amazon when I checked. So yeah, and these 2 games, these games are awesome. I love these games. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. This is a remake of the first Kirby game. Sorry, I had to check something. This is a remake of the first Kirby game. I said that about 15 times now. A really good game. Upgraded graphics, of course. And yeah, it's just a really good game nonetheless. So this game, you guys are going to be like, what? Is this a fake cartridge? No, it's not. It's a working cartridge. It's just, I don't know what's the backstory with this. Maybe Nintendo printed it wrong. This is Metroid Fusion, and if I hold it the right way you're supposed to hold it, you can tell the label's upside down, but if I flip it the improper way, it's good. This is literally a working cartridge, but I think Nintendo had a little rough time printing this one out. So anyway, if you guys don't believe me, I'll show you real quick. Pop this in, turn it on. I mean, you guys can't see because it needs to focus. But yeah, it works. Metroid Fusion. And I'm on you see my first file, A, and then I'm on my second playthrough right now on the Game Boy player. And that is another thing I want to talk about, the Game Boy player real fast. Let me just, whoa, that was a little rough. Let me check something out real quick, sorry. Okay, it's fine. Alright, there we go. So the Game Boy player I want to talk about real quick. It's an add-on for your GameCube. You plug it into the bottom, and you could screw it in so it doesn't come out. And it's great. It lets you play all your Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. So I really need to get that. That's why I bought a GameCube primarily. And then I started buying some GameCube games as well. So, guys, thanks for watching this long video. I just wanted to make a little video about this. My first review. I know I said I'd do reviews, but I haven't done one yet. Except Dragon Ball Super. But my first console review. And I'm glad I did it on my favorite console of all time. So, yeah, there we go. When I get to the GameCube, I'll take the GameCube out and show you guys the Game Boy player when we get to that. And so it's technically, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Long live the Game Boy Advance, my favorite console of all time. This honestly, I love it. Thank you all my Mavericks, and remember to slay those Mavericks. Jesus, you know what? I need to get used to my outro. Thank you for watching this video, my Maverick Hunters, and remember to slay those Mavericks. See ya. Thanks for watching this video.